here from Icon Vehicle Dynamics, and we're here today to talk about the rear suspension of the all-new 2024 4th-gen Tacoma and the all-new link and coil sprung setup that they offer for the truck. There is a certain trim, the pre-runner trim, that is available with leaf springs, but all of the other submodels for the new Tacoma come with that 4-link rear suspension and coils. Let's get started with the stock stuff. We have here the actual upper and lower links from the new Tacoma. These are a tube steel construction, super lightweight, not a whole lot to them. Might as well made this guy out of a fence post. Not all that much to brag about. And very similar to what Toyota's offered in the past on other platforms with a similar setup, such as like your Toyota 4Runner, FJ Cruiser. This is a restrictive component on the rear suspension as far as the overall performance, articulation, that sort of stuff goes. Beyond their lightweight and honestly relatively easy failure points, they also use a bonded rubber bushing at either end. This guy's going to provide some deflection under high torque loads, but it's also going to restrict your articulation when you're off-road in that sort of environment. And that bind and that restriction can put a lot of stress on the link itself. And I've seen failures on these old trucks where it just rips the thing apart and twists it up, or worst case, rips the actual link mounts or causes damage to the truck frame or in the axle in the process. So to improve that rear end articulation and improve the strength of the overall links, Icon's developed all new part numbers for the new 4th-gen Tacoma in both our tubular steel and our billet aluminum versions of the links. To get started, we offer a 1026 DOM steel tube, much larger diameter and wall thickness than the OE unit. So it's a lot stronger there than what you're going to get out of here. No risk of bending. You can drag them across rocks. That should not be a problem. The real upgrade over the stock units as far as the performance goes are the ends. So on one end we use a dual-durometer maintenance-free bushing. This guy is designed to articulate freely while still reducing deflection that you would see out of your normal rubber bonded bushing. Now this guy is bonded technically, but it will resist deflection in this direction. So under high torque loads, stuff like that, it's going to cut down on axle wrap and that sort of thing, but get out of its own way under articulation, so it'll move much more freely. It also requires no greasing. Once they're installed, they are good to go for the life of the bushing, and they are replaceable should something happen years down the line. You actually wear that thing out, you press out at the old one, press in a new one, and you're back on the road. On the other end of the link, we use really large Jam 16 rod ends here, and this is to really free up the articulation because there's going to be zero bind under that sort of load. It'll just move as needed, and then the bushing on the other end will basically recenter the link after the truck levels back out. And it's a completely hard mount, so there's zero deflection compared to a soft rubber bushing like this. So that's going to improve the overall suspension feel and performance, as well as that articulation that we're all after. The rod ends also aid in the ability to adjust the length of the links, which allows you to set up the rear suspension, fine-tune your pinion angle for different ride heights, or even change axle placement. You can move it forward or backward within the wheel well for a lot of different reasons, but you have full control over that if you do a full set of uppers and lowers. And our tube links adjust in a traditional manner. You have to disconnect this end from the truck, drop it down, loosen this jam nut, and spin that rod end in or out of the link to adjust the length that you're shooting for, and then reinstall it. Honestly, not the easiest as far as setup and install labor goes, but it gets it done in a very simple, cost-effective manner. To improve upon that, we also offer our billet aluminum links that are adjustable on the vehicle. And this is done via adjustment of our double adjuster system, which involves loosening these pinch bolts on the link itself, and then just spinning this adjuster sleeve, and it'll move that rod end in and out of the link to achieve that length that you're after. And you can do that with it still bolted to the truck. It's super easy to set up. There's no need to remove it like you would a tube link. So while the billet aluminum arms are a little bit more money than the tube links, you often make that cost back up on the back end during install and setup because it's much less labor intensive. And so you can get it done quicker and get back on the road. In addition to that length adjustability, the billet aluminum arms are CNC machined from 6061 aluminum bar. So they're very strong and also have a I-beam sort of cross section to resist bending, honestly better than a tube link would. So even though they are a softer material, there's no worry of bending a link like you would some steel unit, something like that. That the actual shape itself has helps give it more strength. To further resist damage, on the bottom of the lower links, we offer a replaceable nylon rock slider. And this will help protect the aluminum, keep it nice and shiny for years if you're dragging across rocks, and also cut down on that friction. So you've got a nice smooth surface to slide against, keep you moving down the trail with less hangups. And this is all replaceable. It's included with the links already installed. So if you mar it all up over time, you just get a new one from us, change a few screws, bolt it on, and you're back in business. The overall performance of the two is going to be very comparable because they use the same rod ends and dual durometer bushings. We offer different features depending on what sort of adjustment method and cosmetics you're going for. If you're looking to get the most out of the performance of the new 2024 Tacoma, make sure you check out our upper and lower links from Icon Vehicle Dynamics and head on over to iconvehicledynamics.com/Tacoma and check out all the new products we have rolling out for this new platform. We're real excited and we've got a lot more to come. See you next time.